Welcome.
Hello. Hello.
Trademark Hello by Kay.
Yeah, here we go.
Welcome to the Love Change podcast.
Yes, yo.
If you're new to this, let us know what you think of what we're doing. We're open for topics. We live stream every Tuesday. Also available on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you get your podcasts. Subscribe for the Love Change. Format's simple. We have a topic, and then we have to come up with questions for each other. We don't know the answers to the questions, and we'll find out alongside with you live on this broadcast.
We promise honesty, taboo-free conversations,
Uncut.
pretty uncut and
Yeah.
raw.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Today's topic relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Kay has a bunch of questions. Let me hear them.
Absolutely. Are you afraid to show a side of you your partner shouldn't see, and what side is it? What is the hardest being in a relationship? What is the biggest value? And what are you most afraid when sharing a life together?
Okay. Very fear-based questions.
Curiosity. How about you?
Okay. How or when do you know when a relationship is overruling your individuality? And maybe also add on to that is what do you do when that's the case?
Mm-hmm.
What role does my handicap play in imagining your future life?
Mm-hmm.
Just for the record, I broke my neck about 8 years ago. Here in the back, you can see a wheelchair. That's my ride. And last question: if there would be a magic frog that would grant you any wish about your relationship, what would you wish for?
One.
One wish. Yes, you cannot wish more wishes. Also,
Okay, not
is
allowed
a
in
smart frog. It's a
damage.
smart frog. It's an educated
Okay.
frog.
Okay.
Kick it off. So your
All
first
right.
questions: are you afraid to show a side of yourself your partner shouldn't see, and what side is that?
Mm-hmm.
Thought about it, and nothing really came to my mind. I'm not afraid specifically for my partner to see a certain side of me, I guess. Opening up or being vulnerable when I'm feeling down are things that I struggle with, but that's not restricted to my partner. It's just how I
Mm-hmm.
operate in life, I guess. One side of me that I know I'm not per se afraid of it, but I wouldn't be very proud of it. It's like if I snap, if I'm like really short fused and annoyed, then I might snap or raise my voice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not per se afraid of that. I just don't find that per se the best way to present myself. But in that moment, if I have to roar, I will roar, I guess. And I don't like being sick, so I don't like it when I'm sick, but I'm not per se afraid of it.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't put it in the fear corner. I don't know if that answers your question.
It does. Thanks.
Sure thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have questions?
Yeah. When or how do you know when a relationship is overruling your individuality?
Mhm.
And what do you do?
Good question. I kind of had like my daily ritual in the morning to manifest, meditate, kind of imagine where I am, and also like check in with myself how I feel. And I feel like this is really a good system to check up on myself if I'm losing myself.
Mm-hmm.
So if like I do something against my nature, I do something for someone, but actually it's not something that goes on with my intuition to do, like give myself away too much
Okay.
in some sense, then I feel like I would realize it at least quicker than in the past. It's like a good checkup system that I have.
So you check up on yourself, your
Yeah,
morning routine.
where I am, how I feel, and if I'm like still walking my path, or if I'm deviating from my path towards your path, or like completely off the boil or whatever.
And
It's
what
kind
do you do when you do notice that that's the case?
of yeah. Then I ask myself the big why question, and I also start to look at it and be like, what is the power dynamic that pulls me off, and why am I don't know, leaning into something that I actually don't want or doesn't belong to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the process.
And then?
Yeah, and then I figure, and I mean, I think with us, I would also speak up and be like, listen, I don't feel myself. I think that's the most recognizable way to also phrase it. Be like, I don't feel like myself and I don't know why, and I would like to talk about it
Mm.
and hear your opinion, because I think, yeah, we have the level of connection to be able to phrase and ask those questions.
Mm.
So I think I'm in a different space now than I was in the past.
What does that mean?
Yeah, that now I would talk about it, ask the question.
Before you wouldn't,
Yeah, I would just live next to someone at some point.
but you would recognize that you are letting
In
it
some
relate,
sense, I would.
and then you would just let it be.
Sometimes I would ignore it. Sometimes I'd be like, don't have time for that.
Mm.
Don't have the headspace. It is what it is. Either it comes back or it doesn't. But would not start looking and listening to the small things.
And that's what you do now.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then basically the action that you take is talk about it.
I would talk with myself. I would talk with you. I would talk with friends. And yeah, to like hear my opinion, hear your opinion, hear my friend's opinion, and kind of like put that on top of each other and see where it's coming from. Yeah. I don't think it's per se something bad. It's more like figuring out where it comes from.
What do you
And
mean it's not per se something
yeah,
bad?
if you kind of like for some time start to lose your individuality
Mm.
and you realize that it's not something bad because it brings you a big learning and it brings you a big insight why you're doing it. So
Okay.
then you can stay in the other direction.
It's a process.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. What is the hardest being in a relationship for you?
The hardest so far, I think there are two things that I find enough is to really accept that somebody chooses me. That's something I notice as it progresses and has in the past. It becomes more and more a real thing. And then kind of my abandonment issues kick in some type of way. And I start having thoughts that, yeah, it's not good for the other person to be with me. I'm not a good partner.
That's
And
very
then
interesting.
I would probably cut it off myself to be like, hey, this is not good for you, and I'm going to protect you from me. I think that's my own internal dialogue that's pretty hard
Hmm.
to override or realize, hey, this is just some fear of abandonment that's trying to like strike first, sort of say.
Hmm.
Uh,
But you figure out where it's coming from.
yeah, I know from my childhood and just experiencing abandonment that there is this sense of pulling away when somebody comes close.
Mm.
So I do know that. I've been able to act beyond it, but to really not have those thoughts and feelings when I'm feeling down is definitely a challenge.
Would you share that when you
Mm,
feel like that?
yeah, I do. When I'm having a negative self image, then I would share it. Yeah, I guess that's the hardest thing about being in a relationship is to really accepting that somebody truly chooses for you.
That's enough honesty.
And having alone time. I guess that's the second hardest thing. Like it's like gold. To hold on to it, it increases in value. It's a good investment, alone time. No,
Sorry, Corona.
all jokes aside, I think yeah,
Thank you for the honesty.
sure thing.
That's beautiful.
What was it? What role does my handicap play in imagining your future life?
Good question.
Hmm.
Very good question. I was thinking about it, and I think when I met you, kind of crossed my mind for some second when we started dating,
Hmm.
if that would have an impact and what kind of impact,
Hmm.
etc. I think the way you carry yourself through life is kind of so strong that I would not see it as something that would stop me from something.
Hmm.
So it's like usually I say like I don't see someone in a wheelchair, and it doesn't come from a place of like ignoring the fact, but from a place that I just think you bend so many laws of gravity towards creating the life you want
Hmm.
that I don't feel like it has a big impact. Keeps me fit, pushing you up and down.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, yeah, maybe my life cannot be as active, but then how active would I be? Like
Hmm.
we talked the other day about diving, and you're like, sure, we can do it. Like that's something you really care for. Yeah.
Hmm.
And apart from that, like well, we've been on that one weekend away. Like you had your bike with you, and I was biking. It was
Hmm.
also just like actually I was hunting you, like could be much faster.
Hmm.
So I don't know. It's not really. Yeah, I think somehow I think it made you the person that you are today, and I guess that's the version that I fallen in love with.
Hmm.
So who am I to, you know, think what life would be without? You wouldn't be the person
Hmm.
you are without. So I'm kind of very grateful for the version I got
Yeah, I get that.
at that point of your life and at that point of my life.
So it doesn't play any role in imagining your future life? That's what you're saying?
I think there will be a lot that we can create together around this fact and how you rephrase your life.
Hmm.
Like, if you will coach people, if you will be on stage talking about it, of course, this will be the topic that is gonna have an impact on our life
Hmm.
and how we create our future. But I don't know, it doesn't feel for me like it's somewhat in my way or it's preventing me from something or yeah.
No, that the question wasn't steering towards that. It's just like what role does it play, if any?
Yeah, I think it made you the person you are. So for me, it's exactly the person I needed to meet at that time.
Mm.
And that's where I am.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
There's an upside to any downside. So
Hmm?
there's an upside to any downside. Eh?
Yeah.
And thanks for
There's
sharing that.
always an upside to a downside, but
Yeah.
it also depends on how you look at things.
Yeah, definitely.
And yeah, I told you I read the book last year. This one guy
Yeah.
that is in a wheelchair, and yeah, the way he phrased it was just super cool. Kind of like I never thought about someone being in a wheelchair in general, but kind of changed my perspective. He was like, "Yeah, it's whatever I do is just my decision. And it's like I can live my life the way I want to." And when I met you, I was like, actually, it's exactly that. It's like you're displaying exactly this. Because I feel there is not really much that stops you.
Yeah, the little stoop once in a while.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. Yeah. In a certain degree,
Yeah,
uphill.
yeah, the
There's
hills.
sometimes also downhill. It
I
can be,
think the
but
best one of them is sand, though.
yeah, sand. Yeah,
stops
sand.
me. Sand stops.
But doesn't stop me then.
No, you get through it.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
What you got in store?
I got what is the biggest value
Of being in a relationship?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a very good question. And
Obviously not being alone.
no, I think if you can be in an open and honest relationship, then it's the biggest value is the mirror that somebody is for you.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Amen.
and that basically, if it's the right mirror, it reflects the nice things and supports the struggle parts and eventually fires up your pace of growth and development.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, not saying that that's the case, but that would be.
Thank you. We got that live. Everyone heard that. Amazing. Thanks. Clearly a compliment. Gonna talk a
The
serious
wish.
word with you
Like
and your mom.
if I would get the frog wish, no, what I would wish.
Gotta ask that back. No worries. Wait, your time will come.
I think all jokes aside, you are completely infused with somebody else's habits, and I think something broke on the other side. Minor
I'll be back in a moment.
problems. Sorry, I kicked something with my leg.
That is good.
Okay.
Yeah. Case back.
As I was saying, so you share habits, you share life, you share time, energy, and if that's well aligned, then it can create synergy.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the things that I would say are the biggest value added compared to not having a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. So you're already arrived at your frog question, eh? Magic frog. We have him right here.
Have a froggy.
The magic frog. On granting you one wish.
I let
your
you answer the
relationship.
question first because you wanted to take it away earlier. So go ahead.
What do you mean? I wanted to
Yeah,
take
what
it
would you ask for the magic frog from the magic frog?
for my relationship?
Mm-hmm.
You're just not gonna answer the question.
No, I'm gonna answer, but I want you to go first.
Okay. Okay.
You've been wishing for the magic frog, so here it goes.
Uh, if I would get one wish from the magic frog, my relationship, I think I would wish for you to always remember your strength and self worth, and yeah, come from that place at all times. That's what I would wish.
In a relationship.
Yeah, with my partner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you?
I would wish to look into the future
Mm.
to see if all the envisioning, manifestation, idea creation is gonna work out.
Mm.
Not like 100%, as I said yesterday, like we can make plans and then life comes in between. It's good. It's kind of like you say the boat, eh? Wind comes from left, wind comes from right. But like in the grand scheme of things, I would like to see if all the work
And why?
and that we are putting in is paying off. Because I'm super curious.
Okay.
And I just really believe that it's the right thing. Yeah. That's why.
So you would just ask for a sneak peek and then come back.
Yeah, maybe more than a sneak peek.
Okay.
Maybe just a bit more than a sneak peek.
Okay.
Yeah, I probably have a specific set of questions.
Okay.
I would like to see certain moments. But
So you would go to your future selves and interrogate them or something. This is it.
I would like to look. I would just really look. Like to spend the day being invisible.
In the future.
I always wanted to be invisible.
Okay.
Then just like, yeah, spend the day and see what the energies are. Where we at? Who are you? Who am I? Who are we? What does our life look like? Because yeah, I think it's caring for your own individuality, caring for the other person, caring for what we create together. And I believe it's bigger than us. And to see that falling into place, it's going to take some years to see. So I have to be patient, which I love.
We all do.
Lot.
Everybody does.
So yeah, I think I would ask the magic frog for that.
It's a dope wish.
Because I really like my strong belief and faith system is all about that. You know?
Amen.
Yeah.
What we got left?
What are you most afraid of when sharing a life together? Last question.
Again with these fear questions. I'm not so good at being afraid. I guess
Can also say, what are you most looking forward to when sharing a life together? Is that better? It's not
much
fear
better.
based.
Yeah,
There we
it's
go.
much better. It's much better. I will answer both. I think what I am most afraid of is to like stop you from reaching your potential. And I doubt that will happen. I'm pretty well invested in kicking your ass when you're not interested in your potential. You can lie. It's okay. We all know the truth. That's why I'm having the rhino here all the time. Yeah. So I think the thing I'm looking most forward to is to look back at today at some point in life, be like, look at us, then we were so whatever we are right now. Yeah, I don't know. I think that every moment of it is something to look forward to. I don't. There are big things we have set out for ourselves, migrating, helping each other, setting up businesses, leaving a positive impact on the world. But I'm just as excited to share a cookie. And yeah, I don't know. It's all worth the same eventually to me.
This is so beautiful. Seriously, this is just beautiful.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean it.
And I'm afraid that you will eat the whole cookie.
Happens.
Yeah.
Happens now and then. I'm sorry for not being sorry.
So yeah, I guess that's. I don't know if it's enough depth in that answer, but if you ask me, yeah, of course it's not nice if you die first, but such is life. You cannot be afraid of those things.
Mm.
And yeah, we both have great capabilities to carry on. So I trust that either you or me will live la vida loca when once single again. No. I guess yeah. I guess that's it. Well, what is there to be afraid of?
It's a question.
No.
If there is nothing that makes me even more happy.
Yeah.
That's a good
Yeah.
question.
Not having enough alone time is
Again.
next
I think I got the
episode.
point.
Next episode
About the
on the
alone
Love
time.
Change podcast. The values of being alone and how you can create alone time.
How you
Intro-
fight for more alone time in a relationship.
Yeah, I think it was just the tip of an iceberg. The first session we did about relationship impact. I don't know how you guys like the questions, the answers, the conversation.
Mm.
I've been a bit sick, so I'm not on my A game. Got injected with some bone stuff for my bones, so I'm a bit woozy. And I was really uncomfortable preparing for this topic, but I think it went well eventually.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thanks for tuning in.
Thank you. If you have questions, shoot at us. If
Drop
you
a
have,
like, a comment, a subscribe on YouTube. Help us grow this
Yes.
channel.
If you have ideas for topics,
Share it with your auntie.
this way, please.
And we'll see you on the next.
Love change out.
Ciao.